NationBuilder's Turf Cutter tool allows you to quickly save people from a map area to a list. In this video, we'll cover how to use the Turf Cutter to create lists and then print walk sheets. Step 1. Create your target voter universe. To start, you're going to want to set up a generic voter filter. Go to the People section and click on the Filter button. Click Add Criteria and find Voting History, then select elections accordingly. Also, add a contacted filter and select Has Not Been Contacted. Click Save Filter As. Now, view the list of people on a map. To do so, after filtering, click on the View drop-down and select Map View. When you view people on a map, everyone with an exact address in their profiles is shown. There are two ways people are displayed on the map: in clusters or groups, and as points, individuals. At the top of the map, you have several options for who you would like displayed. The slider allows you to zoom from a global map to Street View. The filter button allows you to filter in real time. Clusters will reload dynamically. In Point View, any turf cut will remain and the new results will display within the turfs you created. Address accuracy. By default, people with exact addresses in their profiles will be displayed on the map. You can change the level of address accuracy required within this drop-down menu. The Turf Cutter allows you to quickly save people in specified areas to a list. Lists can be used to print walk sheets for door-to-door canvassing as well as other actions. We'll get into this more next. Step 2. Cut turf. To create walk lists, you have two options. 1. Use the auto clustering feature, which suggests turfs based on the count of voters in each. Or 2. Cut turfs based on geography, neighborhood, etc. Cluster view. Blue clusters indicate large groups of people on a map. You can click on the number within a cluster to zoom in on that part of the world. The cluster will transform into smaller clusters. If you click an area of the cluster other than the number, a pop-up window will appear, allowing you to save the cluster as a list. These auto turfs can help you quickly coordinate in-person activities. The count of people displayed in clusters is approximate. Once you save a list from a cluster, the number of people on the list may be slightly different than the number reported in map view. Manually cut turf counts are exact. Cut turf. When you view the map, the turf cutter is turned off. When you click the turf cut button, it will turn blue to indicate that you are in turf cutting mode. The easiest way to turf cut is to zoom in until you see points. Then, click the turf cut button. When you hover over the map, your cursor will look like a cross. Click your mouse once to create the beginning point of the turf, which will display as a white box. Drag your cursor and continue clicking to create the boundaries of your turf. It can be any shape that makes sense for your needs. The points of people included in the turf will be highlighted in white. Double-click to connect your last boundary to your starting point. Repeat these steps until your entire map is turf cut. If you begin cutting a turf and decide the shape is incorrect, press the Escape key to cancel that turf. Turn the Turf Cutter tool off by clicking the Turf Cut button. It will turn gray. Save your turfs as lists. To do so, click within the turf area and a pop-up will appear. Here you can name the list, provide a slug, and share with other control panel users. Make sure to click Save List. When you use the Turf Cutter to create your own turf, this pop-up will also give you the option to delete the turf. If you click the Delete Turf button, the turf area you created on the map will disappear and you'll be able to recut the turf. If you click the X at the top right of this pop-up, the turf will remain and a list will not be saved. Turf created manually will always have accurate counts of the number of people within the turf. You can filter after defining turf and the counts will reload, accurately reflecting the exact number of people who match your criteria and are located in the turf. Step 3. Create and print walk sheets. Next, access the list you created in Step 2 by going to People, Lists, and select the Edit button next to the list you wish to use. You can create a cover sheet, walk script, or other introductory information for the sheets. Go to the Settings tab within your list and enter this information in the list description field. Be sure to click the Save button to save your changes. To print your walk sheets, go to Print Sheets, Stock Themes. Decide on a theme and click Use this theme. It will then say Currently Active. You'll likely want to use either the walk sheet split odd or even, or the walk sheet with phone split odd or even. When walking a block, it can be useful to split addresses between odd and even numbers to allow canvassers to stay on one side of the street before connecting with people on the opposite side. Creating that split is the only difference between these similarly named themes. Click Download Sheet. Click the Generate Sheet button. All previously generated sheets will appear below the Generate Sheet button. refresh the page. Click on the Download button to download your sheets. You can print directly from your browser or download the sheets to PDF. Now you're ready to do some door-to-door canvassing.